at News 4 marked Women's History Month by showcasing standout women who make a difference in Western New York. Throughout the month of March, we introduced you to several trailblazers who inspire, lead, and forge the way for others. We are proud to announce the winner of our 2025 Remarkable Women campaign is Monica Lynch, a mother, hero, survivor, and advocate for her community.
And so I went right on down on Huron Street, and I said, okay, I'm ready to sign up.
In 1990, Monica Lynch answered the call to serve.
I went to the Air Force first and took a test. And they were like, well, you're about 3-4 points away from this certain job we want. I didn't care about which job. I just knew I'm ready to go and I'm ready to help my country. So I went to the next door, and it was the Marine Corps.
During the Gulf War, Monica deployed to Saudi Arabia, where she engaged in ground combat.
I was there for 6 months, and I was on the front line. I drove everything, ammo, POWs, the food supplies, everything up to the front and back.
More than 500,000 U.S. troops were sent to the Persian Gulf during Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm. According to the U.S. Government Accountability Office, less than 7% were women.
There was 10 women in my unit, but only 2 of us went on the front line. Only 2. But I knew I was there to serve, and I had to give 100%, so no matter what, I was ready to achieve something.
Monica has been called a pioneer for Black women in the Marines, paving the way for the modern-day era of women warriors.
I know everybody be saying the words trailblazer, pioneer, and things like that, but just to go through it and to achieve it, it's an inner body experience. You went on the front line, you stayed on the front line, you have a combat action ribbon, the first of the women from Western New York, and you survived.
Monica's final military stop was in Japan. Upon her return home, she was delivering mail for the U.S. Postal Service when she noticed something wrong. At 23 years old, cancer. Soft tissue sarcoma wrapped itself around the nerves in Monica's arm.
I was about the youngest one at the VA that was going through something like that. I ended up had to get 95% of my scapula removed, and they were going to amputate my arm.
After a miracle surgery, doctors saved her arm. Though it left her disabled, Monica wasn't going to let that stop her from lending a helping hand. So she set off on a journey of compassion.
And when I went through the good old talking phone book, it was saying something about St. Augustine, and they had foster care and adoption and stuff like that. So I called them. I said, well, what are the requirements? And when they told me, I said, oh, I got plenty of love, so yeah, I can do that. I can do it with no problem.
Monica took care of children, and along the way, she adopted her own, twin boys. Because they have several disabilities, raising them came with many demands, but the moment they entered her life, Monica was blessed.
I love them, I really do. They overcame so many obstacles. They have mild MR, psychosis, intermittent explosive disorder, and fetal alcoholism.
In their name, Monica founded the Bernard and Eric Resource Center with a mission inspired by her daughter, Melanie, whom she also adopted. The nonprofit supports young women who have aged out of the foster care system, giving them the tools to build a better future through housing assistance, financial literacy, job readiness training, and therapy sessions.
With some of them, they become homeless. Some of them become involved in domestic violence. Some of them, sex trafficking. And a lot of them just be lost, period. They get on drugs. It's just so many things because they don't have people that can tell them, I have your back.
Very recent, she took a young woman shopping and was helping her just get some interview clothes so she can be interview ready, so she can get back into the field because she was homeless. And I do believe this young woman now was able to find the resources through my sister to establish an apartment.
Monica has been in remission for 30 years. While living with the scars of combat, she is now on a different front, proudly fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves, a legacy to leave behind for her family. So when the call to serve rings, like Monica, they answer.
Just watching her still use that military strength to just be herself and be who she has given her life on the line to be. A person that is willing to give her all and fight until she has no more fight in her left. And even when she doesn't have any fight left in her, there's still just an ounce, and that can go a long way.
I gotta keep giving. The love that I said, oh, I got love to give, it was not just for my family, it is for everybody. So I'm grateful, Monica. I feel really happy to have achieved anything, and this is really very emotional for me.